I am recording. Oh, let me open my thing on. Oh, Mike, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like a
Yeah.
nice crisp little line there when the crack hit.
Yeah, crack open that fucking can, baby. Bum bitty 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 bum bum. Bum bitty 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 bum. On this week's episode of Cartoon Buffoons, I'm your host Wyatt, and who is here with me today, as always?
Hello, I'm Morgan. I was one of the reindeers that bullied Rudolph during the reindeer games.
And we are here to talk about not a Cartoon Network thing at all.
Not at all. Kind of vaguely, a little
Yes.
bit, but not really.
It's tangentially related because it's related to Iron Giant.
Yeah, which
that's
is a
it.
cartoon.
Yeah, but that's the only thing that's related to, and that's Eight Crazy Nights, the Adam Sandler animated movie. Don't you remember this time period when, like, even, like...
Shitty movies looked great.
Yes!
Yes. Wyatt, the way I kept thinking, like, man, there was a time where, like, you could give a budget and time to animators to animate dog shit.
Yeah.
And they would kill it. They would just make the prettiest movie you've ever seen that wasn't good. Mm. I don't want to say that's not true about this, because we're getting into it, but I feel weird about this movie.
Yeah. It's like Rover Dangerfield or whatever in the 90s. It's like, all right, shitty movie, also a vehicle for a comedian, but it looks gorgeous. It's just like a very good looking 2D animated movie.
Like, like the meme about, like, I wish games were shorter and more expensive and, like, cheaper, right? Like,
yeah,
that meme, but, like, animators and, like, companies today literally go, I wish movies looked worse, were worse, and we paid everybody worse. Yeah. Like, it's like that, but, like, the opposite of it in a good way where we're paying people better. We're just like, nope, everyone's treated worse.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, I mean, I wish, like, I would leave everything behind, leave all the fucking 2-hour movies behind for, like, nice 70-minute movie like this one is.
That are gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah. Just like, whatever, fuck it. Just get it. The only, like, besides Japan, because they still consistently do 2D animation, like, Cartoon Saloon, who is, like, the Irish studio that has done, like, Song of the Sea and Secret of Kells and Wolfwalkers and stuff, like, those are the breadwinner. Those are the only, like, Western animation studio I can think of that is still, like, killing it as far as 2D animation goes.
Dude, and like we're gonna get into that episode, I promise everyone. But like, trying to explain to people that, like, hey, it's not that, like, there aren't talented animators.
Yeah.
The executives do not want to give time or money. Like, they just do not, because they know you guys will watch it and you'll bitch about it and you'll blame the fucking artists. That's what they know. They know you'll do it because you guys do it all the time.
Yeah, this is my, like, I have nothing against CG animation. I'll just say this. Beast Wars is one of my favorite shows of all time. And Toy Story, the original Toy Story, is, like, that's my favorite Pixar movie, probably, like, yeah, I would say so. But every single fucking time there's, like, a new Disney movie and they get, like, they're like, all right, let's do a pencil test for the CG movie. Let's get Eric Goldberg to do a pencil test. It always looks way better.
It looks so fucking good. Like, and it happens all the time. You remember the Moana one?
Yeah.
From forever ago? I was like, fuck you guys, dude. Literally, fuck off. Like, I was getting so pissed about it.
Like, there was the one with Encanto where it was, like, Mirabelle dancing with the accordion, and, like, I was like, oh my god, this looks beautiful, and she looks more like herself than, like, in the movie. She's supposed to be, like, kind of an awkward, dorky girl, like a black sheep or whatever. But she of course looks like a gorgeous Disney princess, in the movie. but like in the animation, like they're like in the 2D animation, like they're actually able to like capture that like, you know, not redheaded stepchild, I guess, but like that kind of like
the vibe,
outcast,
the energy,
that kind of outcast vibe to her. I don't know. It's just so much more character and personality that you can put into like 2D animation, whereas like CGI can like kind of carve off the sides of it.
And I think the issue also like is like I feel as though Disney is no longer trying to like do anything with the CGI. Like that's the big problem, because like I've been watching Beastars recently and Beastars looks great. Like I think it's just like the issue of like they don't want to do anything with the CGI, which is like then you guys gotta go back to your roots. If you don't want to do anything worthwhile with the CGI, then stop fucking using it.
Yeah, that animation studio, Orange, whatever, like they're fucking crazy. Like they're really good. Yeah, like the studio that does Beastars and like Land Illustrious and like the new Trigun, which I have not seen, but it looks pretty cool.
I haven't seen New Trigun either, because I think I want to see it. I think like the original Trigun is like a fucking masterpiece, so I just have not taken the time to watch.
That's how I feel too. I'm like, I really love the original Trigun. We didn't even talk about that on the Adult Swim episode. That like that was one of the big shows that I remember.
We really fucking... That's so weird, because, like, I vividly remember the peace and love. Like, I remember so many things about Trigun airing on Adult Swim. I mean, that's on Toonami and stuff. That's like so
Cowboy
weird.
Bebop as well. But, you know, that's kind of an obvious... I think everybody fucking loves
everyone knows Cowboy Bebop. Specifically, the live-action show that everybody likes. Like,
Man, I completely forgot that was a thing. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So we're talking about this fucking movie. What is your opinion on like Adam Sandler movies in general? Like Adam Sandler as a personality.
I think Adam Sandler was cursed by a witch to make the most dog shit movies for the rest of his life. However, the witch says every ninth movie actually, you get to make something that is so deeply good that people start to go, wait, does he actually not suck? And then he's like, nope, here's another 9 pieces of fucking hot dog shit.
Yeah.
Now, you might say, Morgan, where the fuck is this coming from? I think Adam Sandler has made some of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Hands down. However, if I could go back and rewatch Uncut Gems for the first time, I would, right now. Yep. If I could see Uncut Gems for the first time and not know anything about it, I would do that tomorrow. Because it was maybe the best experience I've ever had. If I can, like... This is one of the more lowbrow ones. If I could go back in time and see, like, fucking, was it Big Daddy? Yeah, Big Daddy. That was a movie as a kid I watched over and over again. And I realized it's still pretty good. I, like I don't know if it's cool.
Those movies are the ones where you're like, wait, hold up. And then it's like, now we're Jack in jail and, you know.
No, you can almost feel the, like, oh, he is funny. Oh, he can write jokes. He can be a part of movies. And then he's like, you know what? Enough of this. 4 hot chicks on the menu. Let's get a Don't Mess with the Zohan for everyone.
Yeah.
I need to make my Zionist movie everyone loves. Come on. Yeah. Like, fuck off, bitch. I hate him.
Yeah, I've been very harsh on Adam Sandler my whole life. Though there's good movies that he's made. And I used to joke that he was like single-handedly bringing down the reputation of the entire Jewish community.
Unironically, he tries.
And like, I don't know. I was like would like get actually mad about certain things in movies or whatever, and also just like how like repetitive and formulaic like all the movies. Like he literally is just like, yeah, I'm just me. I'm in the movie.
Well, hey guys, you want another Adam Sandler movie? He also does that voice every single movie. Yeah. Hey guys, you want another Adam Sandler movie? Poopy dookie. And I'm just like, all right, enough.
He even does it a bit in this movie. So
he does it a few times. I would say he does this a lot in this movie.
Yeah. In fact, I was like, I would say, you know, he's obviously the main character that looks exactly like him, but he's 2 other characters in the movie that I would describe as like.
Just Adam Sandler again.
Yeah. We will get into that, but I just want to say, like, my opinion, like, my with this movie, like, where I think it like kind of falls into like in the quality meter of Adam Sandler is like towards the middle.
Yeah, which is strange because I feel like he doesn't have a lot of middle ones, but this is definitely in the middle.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, I don't think it's like a good movie, but like there's enough quality in it that, like, as an animation nerd, like as we talked about, like is a good looking movie. There's some like, you know, kind of crappier, cheaper elements to it, but like the character animation is just like gorgeous.
There feels like there's a draft of this movie that doesn't make me want to rip my hair out. Like I feel like I like if someone told me that tomorrow, I'd be like, that checks out. There's definitely a draft of this movie that doesn't make me rip my fucking hair out. Yeah.
As far as I could find out, like there's a lot of the like, I don't know how much of the dumb humor, but a lot of it was stuff that they actually were planning to like cut out, just because it like conflicted with the tone of the movie. But then it tested well, like in test audiences.
Oh my fucking god.
So they decided to
Jesus
like
Christ.
keep it in there, like the deers like pooping and stuff like that.
Having shit in their teeth. God, test audiences, you're my fucking enemy. You guys are morons.
Yeah. So yeah, I would put it on that. It's like a little bit better than like Click. You know, like something like that. I know people fucking like that movie, but
no, they fucking don't. Don't leave me alone.
I say like, you know, in my opinion, that is like a very like faux sentimental, emotionally manipulative movie.
Yeah, and this is very much of the little bit of the same.
But it's like slightly above that, so it's like
I got like not to like get into the plot of the movie. Like you're right, it's middle ground. Wasn't expecting a fucking dead parent plot line in this fucking thing. Like I don't remember this.
Yeah, that's and like I don't know, like the movie did surprise me in a few ways as far as like. Like there were times where it actually did take itself seriously, without any stupid fucking jokes in it. But there were like, but I would say like most of the time, its biggest problem is that it like kept undercutting itself.
Yes.
And that's not to say that I think like it should be like all serious or whatever. And I'm fine with movies that have like a tonal,
clash.
Yeah, tonal clash, or like they change. You know, I'm like as a big fan of like anime and like Japanese media and stuff like that. You know, big fan.
There's kind of like a lot of it, yeah.
Kamen Rider has like episodes like an episode.
The Christmas
have, like,
episodes where people die.
Yeah,
like the Christmas episodes where people, like, hey guys, look at Sarah, like puppy, like she's doing a little dance on exit, like, oh, this is so cute. Murder episode. Episode people die.
Dies, like, you know, and like. This just happened in Gav, like at the time of recording. But yeah, so like, I'm fine with that. It's just not well done here. Like, it feels very insecure when it's done here, where they're like, oh, we're being too sentimental. We gotta, like, there's a song in like the middle of the movie where it's Adam Sandler and his love interest, like, reminiscing about their past.
And they keep throwing in the worst shitty jokes.
Yeah.
They just cannot, like, deal with the fact they're being sincere for a little. Also, gotta talk about this before we get into the movie proper, but let me just say, Adam Sandler, you never disappoint. That nigga hates trans peoples on a level that I've never seen before.
And Asian people.
Yeah, my man's balling out on Asian hate and transphobia to a degree that like is like almost impressive. Like it's like I almost gotta go, you know what? Props to you, big man. You hate them motherfuckers. You hate us.
Yeah, and also, just in general, the like, oh, haha, look at these different people, you know, like that's like a big thing in this movie is like Whitey, the character, isn't he funny because he's weird? Like,
and like he has a disability. I'm like, whoa, Adam, what's going on?
And like to be in, it's so okay. It's a choice to make that character the like heart of the movie.
Yeah,
for sure. That's like, you know, a choice. I think it's like I was very surprised to learn that like he wasn't
Jewish?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like, I'm glad you said it because I can't. But the fact that Whitey isn't Jewish and Adam Sandler is doing between Whitey and his sister maybe the most crazily anti-Semitic impression of Jewish people I've ever seen. Like, it literally, guys, it's befuddling. I had to sit down the first time I heard Whitey's sister talk. I'm like, oh
yeah.
No, Adam.
Yeah, he's doing.
I know you're Jewish, but fuck.
I think they had to do that. I think they had to like, because it seems like it's like, oh, it's a movie that is like very much about like the Jewish community and Hanukkah and things like that. Maybe like they did have these characters be Jewish, and he talked in these like ridiculous like. You know, the old man has like a very effeminate, like Yiddish way of speaking, and then like,
and he's sister... a virgin, and he's short, and like
and then like same thing with like the sister, and maybe like good taste prevailed actually, and they're like, you can have Rob Schneider be the Asian guy, and have him talking like an offensive stereotype, but you cannot have this with these characters. Like, all right. They're not Jewish. I won't change the characters, but I will just change that one character trait about them. So yeah, like the basic premise of the movie is that Davey, who is Adam Sandler, is like a complete douchebag, rascal guy.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, goes around, fucks things up. He fucks his car at the start of the movie. And then he has like a song sequence where he's like skating around town on a garbage.
And he's like, I hate myself, and I hate the city, and I hate myself, and just like, yeah.
And which I was like, I appreciate that, like, as silly as that whole opening sequence is, where he's like going around and like causing complete chaos and destroying things, establishing the fact that he's not like a narcissist or whatever.
Yeah, he thinks he sucks dick too. He like hates everything about himself. That is kind of fire.
Yeah.
I give him credit for that.
That's like a good character that like got me invested in the character and like learning like, okay, why does he hate himself? You know, he must have some understanding that he's like a bad guy, and you know, he's just lashing out or whatever, and he like regrets it to some degree. So there's like an in there. In general, like I think like the music is like not. Like, I wouldn't listen to it probably on my own, but I found, like, all of the songs good, except for maybe the one that I was talking about, like, in the middle of the movie. Like, I found, like, the first song, I was like, okay, that's pretty good. The, like, song where it's, like, all the mall icons talking to it, like, all the mall
I hate that. So, okay, so, about the music.
Okay.
I am not as kind as you. I'm going to fucking make this clear. I fucking hate the songs in this fucking movie. And not because, like, they're all particularly bad. It's Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler. I know he has a voice double in this. I can't tell you who it is. I couldn't find it. But I know he has a voice double in this. And the thing is, though, it's just not always a voice double.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's him. And when it's him and then he goes to the voice double, it is the most jarring fucking thing on earth. And it pisses me the fuck off. I think the first song is fine. I think from a, like, I don't know, man. I keep thinking about it. The Technical Foul song, when he has to say Whitey's house, kind of goes crazy. It's too long.
That's like the song I'm...
That's a technical foul. Like, it's kind of...
It's like a Broadway musical type.
It's the closest to, like, a real musical song the movie ever gets. Like, the first one, I like, feel like it's not, like, a little bit, like, haha, we hate ourselves and make a joke about it. Like, no, it felt like a real number that could be in something, you know?
Yeah.
But, I hate hearing Adam Sandler sing. I hate hearing his stand-in sing. I hate him...
yeah.
It just pissed me off.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's like that. There's like a couple songs in the movie that are kind of like filler songs. I don't know. The best song. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say the best song of the song is definitely at the end that you referenced in the beginning.
Yeah,
Me and Kathy can't go Bombi. Like, what a weird way to do that song. What a weird way where it goes like this. Oh, here's all the nice things Whitey did for us while we hate him. And then we have our Asian stereotype voiced by known piece of shit Rob Schneider coming in doing bum biddy 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 bum bum.
Yeah. Man. Rob fucking Schneider. Excuse me. But yeah, this is, I don't know. Well, we were talking about like the plot of the movie or whatever. But basically,
So,
go ahead if you want to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Davey's a piece of shit, and he gets in trouble with the cops, and they're like, we're gonna send you to jail for 10 years. Very crazy they knew the sentence running away. That seems kind of off to me. Whatever.
Yeah.
And Whitey, who is the basketball coach, offers to take Davey under his wing to make him avoid jail time. So the movie's basically like Whitey teaching Davey about the spirit of not really even the holidays, of just being not a piece of shit. The movie actually isn't that really hinged on the holidays in a weird way.
That's what I was gonna fucking say. I was like, this is like barely a Hanukkah movie.
It's just about a guy dealing with trauma. Like, that's all it is. Like,
around Hanukkah, which I guess is like true for. It's like how the what is it? Why is it Christmas Carol? That's the name of the story. Like, that story is not Christian, even though it's about Christmas. It's about like a guy being a dick at Christmas, and then like non-denominational ghosts show up and like torture him. Like, that's what it has nothing to do with God or Christianity. Which is like funny that that's like one of the most famous Christmas stories of all time, has like nothing to do with, it doesn't even have anything to do with Santa.
He's like there, just like this, the ghost of Christmas past. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything. Shut up. Like,
So like, this doesn't have to have anything to do with Hanukkah really, which is, I mean, maybe a little disappointing, but it's fine. And again, like, it's mostly just about like, let's rehabilitate this guy who's like kind of a dick. And he specifically is like trauma around this time of year. It's a very like movie plot for them to be like, what if, you could either go to jail or do community service, and do the plot of the movie. Like, I don't know. That's just like does that happen in real life?
I feel like probably, but rarely, dude. Like, it's a weird thing to do. Yeah. I think also this movie has maybe the weirdest relationship with like the consumerism of the holidays that I've ever seen. Yeah. Because it's like a little bit played for a joke, but then it's also just not played for a joke. Like there's a point where like there's like, oh yeah, she works at the bakery, and the local bakery's a fucking Dunkin'. I'm like, guys, what the fuck is happening here? Yeah. Did you guys like run out of money halfway through this fucking movie? You're like, oh, we got to add in all these fucking product placements. It's weird. Yeah. It's really weird.
Adam Sandler movies are just always like fucking stacked with product placements.
This one's really egregious though. Like,
I mean, they literally sing to him at the end of the movie, like towards the end
of
the movie.
Panda Express Panda helps turn his life around, dude. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's like the premise of the song is very bad and stupid, but like I've just had we all know what happened at the skating rink today, like that. I've just had that stuck in my head all night. Are you the spirits of capitalism past watching us every day? What the fuck do you mean you saw what happened at skating rink today? What's wrong? I'm scared. Are you an enemy stan? Like this honestly, there's a very JoJo quality to that scene. I don't know why. The way that like the Foot Locker man looks with his half body, I'm like this. Yeah, this is like a high concept speedball. Speedball run. Speedball run. Like stand concept. Like I don't know what you do, but like, hey, this is my stand. Foot Locker. It always knows what's happening at the skating rink. Yeah, I don't know what that fucking means, but it's so weird. And then there's like the GNC like protein powder, and then
that wasn't the Victoria's Secret dress.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Insane movie.
Yeah, this is a very weird. This is what I'm talking about. Where it's like, it's definitely interesting to talk about. I guess we should spend a little bit of time talking about the fact that like Seth Cusley, who's the director, I believe this is the only theatrical movie he ever got to direct, because like 2D animation just like cratered into hell.
was
pretty
murdered.
shortly after. But like, yeah, we talked about it maybe last episode or like a previous episode when we were talking about 8 Crazy Nights. Mentioned the fact that what happened was the team from the Iron Giant. The Iron Giant was like the last movie that was being made at that studio, because the previous movie that they made, Quest for Camelot, was such a piece of shit and did so poorly in the box office that during production of Iron Giant, they were like shuttering the studio.
Yeah.
So they finished the movie like while the studio was like closing down around them. So by the time they were done with the movie, you know, they were out of a job and they were hired by Happy Madison to produce this movie. So that's why there's like a lot of design DNA and a lot of like a lot of people did the character animation and designs and everything
on
in
this.
that movie, moved on to this. So it has that sort of Iron Giant quality to it. It's a little bit more like digital background. It like kind of looks a little crappy. Just like if you want to be very nitpicky about certain elements of it, it just doesn't look as gorgeous as the Iron Giant does. But
that being said, it still looks fucking great.
Yeah.
It does still look fucking great, man.
Yeah, even for like digital coloring and animation and everything, like it still looks really good. Doesn't matter that it's like not on cells, but I don't know. I just want to bring that up. So just as like, yeah,
I will say when I was doing my research on this, because I like to do a little bit of research. Mm-hmm. The things that Seth Kearsley is like talking about on social media these days is crazy.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's still 8 Crazy Nights, which is fucking bizarre.
Funny,
bizarre,
really
and also. He sometimes just looks like this. I'm gonna do some drawing today, and we'll draw characters from Arcane or Mummies Alive, and I'm like, what a cool thing. Why the fuck is I don't want to be that guy. Why the fuck is 8 Crazy Nights the main thing in your fucking bio?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at his site, and it's like, oh, there's a technical foul sticker.
Right? Yeah. Like look. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know? This is a weird hill. It's a weird hill to be perched on.
The Kingdom Hearts, like there was going to be a cartoon for Kingdom Hearts on the Disney Channel. He did the pilot.
Yeah, like, why are we not? Listen, bro, you could probably get that crowdfunded now. There's a lot of losers that like Kingdom Hearts. I mean, a lot of dedicated fans.
A lot
who
of
like Kingdom Hearts.
Weird, crazy people who... Maybe one of the people in this call decided to play every single fucking game in the series in a row for some reason.
Guys,
he was depressed because he had to move out of his house and, you know, wanted to recapture his childhood to some degree. I don't know.
New Cartoons Buffoon lore drops. Me and Wyatt have been friends for a long time. We have a lot of good friends and mutual friends of ours. They all love Kingdom Hearts. Morgan,
do not like. You don't like it.
One, because I have a special kind of brain disease where I don't have any nostalgia in me. And so the Disney part doesn't work for me, and I hate Nomura. So the Final Fantasy parts don't work for me either. There's just nothing there.
You're like, oh, the Akatsuki is so much better than the organization.
Yeah. Unironically, bitched about this for an hour.
Yeah, Akatsuki is... I do love the Akatsuki.
They're fucking the coolest, dude.
Yeah.
What the blackest opinion I have on Earth that the Akatsuki are cool. Surprising fucking no one. Every black woman on Earth likes the Akatsuki. But
there's so much. Yeah. He's drawn so much fucking 8 Crazy Nights art. It's like he even drew like Adam Sandler and then Whitey and his sister as like Sora, Kairi, and Riku.
Yeah, I don't want be proud of the work you make. I'm never gonna say not to be proud of the work you make. This is just a weird one to be on the hill of.
Yeah.
This is just a strange one. But, okay, I guess we should get into goods and bads about this movie. I know we said earlier that, I feel like there's a draft this movie is pretty good. I think if they took out the copious amount of shit, piss, it's not jokes, this movie would go up. Because that humor has never worked for me, and it never will. I just don't have it in me for it to work. Because there's, jokes that, were funny, and, then they have the deer shitting to add to it. I'm like, well, that just...
Yeah.
We're going too far.
Or, the porta potty tipping over or whatever and Whitey getting covered in shit.
And then he gets frozen, and the deers eat the shit, and they got shit in his teeth for the rest of the movie. It just was. I was like, guys, I'm in my limit. I'm in my limit.
Very like gross out humor. There's like that weird scene with where the guy makes the shitty joke, and then like the characters like overreact to it, and
that's like a funny goof.
Yeah.
And then it goes too long, and then everyone starts snotting and shitting their pants. I'm like, all right, you lost me again. Thanks.
But like, and like Adam Sandler himself. Like, his character can sometimes be funny, but, like, for the most part is, like, just obnoxious because in, like, a way where it's... like, he himself isn't obnoxious. It's just, like, the tone or the personality. It reminds me a lot of... I guess I should say it makes me think about the fact that a lot of those, like, early 2000s webcomics... like Penny Arcade and like Control Delete and stuff like that, where you have like the main character who's a sociopath, who is always like quipping and sarcastic and whatever. They just seem so much like they were so inspired by this, or like Adam Sandler.
They really, really do. Like, because he's the entire loser, time, but you love him.
Yeah, it's just like people who dropped out of art school and then have like this specific art style. And then draw the characters who is like an outcast, but he looks really cool and jacked as hell. Like that. That's I don't know. Like there's a lot of like wish fulfillment and like I'm sure like Adam Sandler. This is just more or less what Adam Sandler looked like. But like the part of the movie where they're playing basketball and he like takes his shirt off.
He's fucking ripped.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? You live in like a shitty trailer, and you're like. Yeah, this is...
Also, like, not to be that person, I'm not buying this shitty alcoholic white guy is this good at basketball. Yeah. Let's just call it what it is, not to make this a racial thing.
Yeah.
I don't think this shitty little white guy who has a drinking problem and can't leave his trailer is this crazy good at fucking basketball. Adam Sandler, I want to see you dunk, bro. I'll cover you, bitch. Let's see if you're really this good at basketball.
Yeah, especially since he hasn't played since he was a child.
Like, you're playing since you're 12? Fuck off. Yeah. Like,
he's like, all of a sudden, he's like, yeah, I'm pretty good. I mean, I'm sure that those guys at the court were like also not good, so that's how I was able to get over them. But like,
he starts doing crazy tricks and shit. Like,
yeah. I guess it's to imply that he's like, even though he stopped playing it like competitively, he was still practicing the whole time. Like he still has that desire inside. Like I actually like, I don't know, that's like a pretty good scene in the movie, but it's just
it's one of the better ones for like liking Davey as a guy. Yeah,
and actually being it goes a fucking movie. Like, actually, like, we have to have our protagonist to be likable in this, or start at a point where they suck and then slowly, like, peel back the layers and understand why, and, like, start to like them a bit.
It also has, like, one of the only jokes that made me laugh really hard. When Whitey gets dunked on, like, gets blocked, his shot blocked, and he, like, dies legally for a little bit, I almost cried laughing. I'm like, all right, this is a good joke. Like the way he like that's what I mean. Like, there's definitely a draft where they like could bring this movie needed to just be pulled back, just a little, just like pull everything back a bit. But also, it wouldn't be an Adam Sandler classic if they pulled everything back,
Yeah, because I feel like I'm fine. Like, I don't know, the sister, her being like an obnoxious Yiddish lady, is like. Okay, that's one thing, but the fact that, again, like, Whitey is the center of the movie, he's, like, the heart of the movie, he's so involved in the movie, and he has, like, that voice the entire time, it's just, like, very... Much. Yeah, it's too much, just, like, tone it down, make him, like, a kind of, like, a normal-sounding guy.
Like, we can still have him be, like, an unmarried, like, 70-year-old who, like, still lives with his sister. That's enough sympathy. We don't have to go out our way to go like this. No, he's also, like, he's disabled, and everyone laughs at him for it. Yeah, and I'm like, well... but, and also, like, there's also nothing, like, they're, like, genuine to say, like, oh, they shouldn't laugh at him because he's disabled. No, that's still funny till the end of the movie. I'm like, well, fuck you guys. Like, that's fucking evil. Like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just... I don't know, that whole stuff, like, I'm fine with having, like, oh, here's this character, like, if you have, like, one character who is, like, oh, they're different, haha. But it just seems like such an Adam Sandler thing. Like, you know, it makes me think of like Jack and Jill, where it's like, oh, what if my sister was like a fat, annoying Jewish lady, and you know, she like was so cartoonishly fat and like farted and whatever. I don't know. It's just like, I get that Adam Sandler movies are just made for him and like nobody else on planet Earth. Even though apparently they test well and make money, this one didn't make money. It did not get back its budget, which is like a little unfortunate in the sense that like it's just sad to see 2D animated movies like die like that. Yeah, I don't know, because I remember this like coming out.
Dude, I remember people talking about this goddamn fucking movie, dude. Like now, like I feel like this like this was in the runs, like for like the runs. Jesus, this was in like rotation for a minute. I feel like of like a holiday-ish movie. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's like there are elements of it. I will say that like the sentimentality and stuff that they do like could feel a little bit cheap. Which is why I put it in that like click, like above click category, where it's like that one I feel like is completely over the line. Whereas like this, I feel like it's just like, okay, it's fine. It like hits that, you know, angle. My biggest issue with it is I almost wish it was like more romantic comedy.
They kind of just get together at the end, and that bothers me.
Like they have no chemistry. We just have implied chemistry of when they were children, you know.
Which is weird because they're 30-something now.
Yeah. I really liked you when you were a 12-year-old girl. Like, huh?
Dude, yeah. I liked fucking Power Rangers as a 12-year-old girl. I'm not trying to marry Kimberly to this day. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's weird. It's really weird. Because, like, they don't have chemistry. And it's crazy they don't have chemistry because it's literally Adam Sandler and his fucking wife.
Yeah.
It's wild. Him and his wife have no chemistry. Are they double? Is there a double beard situation going on? Like, that's fucking mean. But I'm serious, because like every time they're in a movie together, this I want to have my hot wife as my love interest.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you and your wife seem like you don't fuck. Like, you guys have no energy going between the two of you.
And like, you know, she has there's like the son who he has like the bonding moment where he plays basketball with him.
And then.
But that's like it.
That's it. Yeah. Like
that's like the first third of the movie. So,
like, you know. The only person he ever forms a real, like, the way we got the montage of him and Whitey and Eleanor hanging out and like becoming friends and like being family, he kind of needed that with his love interest and his son. Like, exactly. It's weird he just didn't get any of that. Like, we're so concerned with these weird jokes. We could have cut out the mall scene. Let's just cut out the mall scene and have him meet them and talk with them instead. But no, they're just like, oh, he's together with him because it's Adam Sandler's wife voicing his character. And I'm like, great, amazing, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like the priorities aren't 100% there and everything. And like, yeah, just like the tone is just like completely off because, yeah, you have like these things where like, that I feel like in a romantic comedy it would make it so that like, you know, the relationship is at the forefront. Oh, excuse me, sorry, the fucking drink that I had, very carbonated.
Yeah, seltzer water, baby. Go ahead.
Yeah. But like, I think maybe they didn't want to do it. I have this crazy idea that like, even though this is like an adult animated movie, which is very rare, by the way, like that is like so hard to fucking come by in America. So this is like kind of another thing where it's like, oh, it's a shame this didn't do too well. The most recent one I can think of is like Sausage Party, and that was like 2017 or whatever when that movie came out. Can you think of like another recent? I guess Bob's Burgers. That
Bob's Burgers barely counts.
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm trying to think of one, but when you said Sausage Party, it hit me so hard. I started falling backwards. Totally forgot Sausage Party happened. Literally. Fuck.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think the closest is like all the anime movies that come to the States, but like that's it. Like there's just really not a lot.
Yeah, which is a shame, especially like, you know, as a fan of animation in general, and like as a fan of stuff like older adult animated movies like Fritz the Cat and Lord of the Rings and whatever, like those Ralph Bakshi movies.
Yeah, like I guess like go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just saying it's a shame that adult animation is kind of like thriving, frankly, on TV, but
and now, yeah, because like we got fucking
movies.
Arcane this year and shit like that. Like that's adult animation because there's, lesbian pussy eating everybody. We won, but like
shit.
there's like Wyatt. When we get off call, we will talk about it. We will talk about it. But like, I was literally like a sports fan, and they're like, are they gonna do it? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, let's go! And I started like screaming, "Go Birds!"
I did not realize it was a real show. So
yeah, it's a real show. But yeah, it's weird because like even though we talk about like this movie being adult animation, this movie does feel like it's scared to be an adult animated thing.
That's what I was gonna say, is that it feels like those elements, the adult elements, are just like the poop jokes and like him flipping off Whitey or whatever at the
or a curse word.
Yeah, it's things like that. Whereas like the actual content of the movie is like not very adult or mature or anything. And like even the conflict of him like having dead parents, that feels like a very, I don't want to say shallow, but it feels like so easy to understand that it kind of like robs him of all agency of like being a shitty person, because it's just like, oh, see, he is an orphan. So,
but like that was I don't. It feels like, dude, you're 30 and you moved back to the town. Mm-hmm. Come on, dude, fuck off. Like, you're such an adult. I'm like, this is insane. Get the fuck out of my face. Like,
yeah.
I feel like he equal parts has a good arc and also equal parts just didn't learn enough.
Mm. Yeah, a bit. The fact that he has an arc at all is like
astounding.
Nice. Yes, like that. I appreciate that. That's like not very common in like in the Adam Sandler. But I guess like there are movies where he has like.
To be honest, they're all this arc. They're all this arc.
They are basically
just like, I'm a dickhead and then no, I'm not a dickhead anymore. Like it's just like this is it. Because I think he might suck. I think he might suck in real life. Maybe that's why he keeps doing it.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. He is like, it is funny like looking at like 2024 Adam Sandler, who's like almost 60. Dear God, he's like, oh my God, he's only like 3 years younger than my dad. And like, I don't know, he's got like the salt and pepper beard. You know, he's a
little handsome.
I was gonna say he's like a pretty hot looking guy. I think he's like better looking now than he was.
Oh yeah, some men, usually men who are ugly, and I don't want to be mean. I'm not being mean. Let's be an opinion here. Men who are ugly, some men need to hit the age where they start visibly aging for them to get activated like a Zenkai boost. Like they kind of need it. They need to hit that point. And he definitely hit like 54 and was like, all right, lock in. Like,
whereas like Joe Rogan, he just like,
he looks like Mr. Potato Head but racist. Like,
he's like, like the older he gets, the more like fucked up he it's like he's turned into like a red meat golem. Like
he looks like if like a Lord of the Rings orc could have CTE. All right, let me stop roasting Joe. Hold on, let me stop roasting Joe Rogan. Hold on. I don't want him to fucking hear this and then kill me.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan,
we'll come on your pod.
You're really hot, Joe Rogan. You're hot like having a deathly ill disease that will kill me.
Yeah, like you're hot to the touch, probably.
You have yellow fever. You have black bile coming out of every hole.
But is there anything else that, I mean, we kind of just went over the plot of the movie, or the premise of the movie and everything. Like eventually, Adam Sandler, like it's revealed what his backstory is by Whitey. He gets angry at like Whitey and Eleanor, and then has like his big emotional like moment at the fucking mall with all the mall icons talking to him.
The tulpas of capitalism all speak to him.
And he like opens the letter that he got on Hanukkah from his parents.
I do want to make it clear. When we get his backstory that his parents died, it is in the dumbest way possible, too. He's at the skating rink, and Whitey's like, yeah, did you hear that his parents were murdered? And he's like, hey, don't say that. Yeah, his parents died in a car crash. He hates, and he's so sad. And like, hey, can you stop doing that? He goes this. He gets bounced from orphanage to foster home, never having a real home. And I'm like, why the fuck are you saying this in front of him? He's obviously uncomfortable. It's also one of the funnier moments of the movie. Like, that moment made me laugh. Like,
yeah, it's like, because it begins with him talking about, like, oh, there was a night that they played the basketball game on Hanukkah, and then he's like, oh, and then it became the tragedy, and then talk about that. It's also, like, very real. I don't know if they even cared or intended this, but it's, like, very real to have, like, oh, the kid that, like, bounced around and you know, foster homes ended up being like a dude, like a dude with like either no job or like very low income that like lives in a shitty trailer in the middle of the forest. You know, it's like borderline homeless guy. It's just like kind of shows how fucked up those systems can be. Like they can help some people, but they can end up like just reinforcing, you know, these like instability onto people, and then they are never able to get back on their feet. I know that's a much more serious issue than we should probably go into on the Crazy Nights episode, but I'm just saying that like it's actually like an important piece of context for that character.
No, and it feels accidental. The way that Whitey feels as though Whitey might be taking too much happiness from material things like the mall or working when no one gives him credit for it. He's working to work and people don't respect him because that's capitalism. Capitalism is what's fooling Whitey into thinking he's worse than these people when he's not. And it's on accident because this movie's not about anything.
Yeah.
Like this is a perfect example of like movies have things to say that they didn't intend to. All art has meaning, even though that's not the point. Because at the end of it, like this, no, actually, Whitey, it's good that you love the mall and that you break your back for all these people and you're old and you'll die alone. It's good you do that. Like, yay! Yeah. We love Whitey now. He'll die in 4 years. Like, once malls stop being popular, he will fucking jump into traffic. Like,
yeah, it's. I don't know. You're right. Like, that's why I'm bringing it up. Is like, I really don't think that they like intended that, but it is like an interesting bit of like context, whatever, for the character, and like same thing with the Whitey thing. You know, like there's a lot of elements of the movie where it just feels very like sloppily made. It feels like the people like making it, like actually animating it, like kind of put their heart and soul into it. Like you can tell that just from like the animation again. Like it looks gorgeous. This is like a few years before we would get shit like Hoodwinked, you know, which was like, oh, here's a shitty CGI animated movie and it like looks like it looks horrible. Like it looks so bad compared to, you know, the other CG movies. And I know that CGI like doesn't age well, but again, stuff like the original Toy Story, even though that's 1995, if you have the proper context of like when that was created and like what's special about it, you can still see the beauty in like the primitive animation.
Because like there's a lot of like shot sculpting and like framing that's really good in those movies still. Like
they're like, it's a legit good filmmaking. Same thing with like Beast Wars, where it's like there's like legit good like character animation and framing and everything for a TV budget. That like going back and watching it, you're like, this still looks like good. Like this is still, it has like a quality to it that is still good. And like 2D animation doesn't really have to worry about that. It can be like, for the most part, it's always going to look really good. But I do think that there was some level, I mean, the fact that Seth Kearsley still likes this fucking movie and still like centers his like online identity around this movie, maybe is like a crude like, okay, let me get some money based on this thing that I like. But
people, I also no,
but like, I don't know. It kind of seems like a genuine like expression of his like joy of making this movie, you know. and I think that there was like some love put into it, and then I just feel like but it also has all the Adam Sandler like cruise control, whatever, who gives a fuck, I just want to make a bunch of money on brand deals and hang out with Rob Schneider.
Like, this goes to, like, the thing we've said on multiple episodes, is that, like, the reason why I enjoyed this to some degree, and I'm happy to talk about it compared to last week, is that there is something here. I know I've talked about, like, all animation has a purpose. Someone works a job, someone does something, and they do put effort into it. That's obviously here. Grandma Got Ran Over a Reindeer felt like, man, my resume needs to be fucking padded. This doesn't feel like that. Like, I feel like even if it is, like, an Adam Sandler phone-in thing, right? The animation looks great. The motion looks great. Like, there's something here. Like just repeating what you said. Like, there is something here. And even like people care about it because like it's the most popular thing they've made. There's still something to be said and looked at here. And I could I don't know if I'd recommend it because like it's transphobic as shit.
Yeah, and it's quite obnoxious.
It's quite obnoxious. I don't know, man. Go listen to the bum biddy 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 bum bum song on YouTube and then call it a day.
Yeah, like listen to some of the songs. Maybe like watch like the opening scene or something like that. Cause
the opening scene is pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like watch that, even though it starts immediately with Rob Schneider doing a racist Asian accent.
Super racist, man. We need to fucking that guy. He got
with a bolt gun, like
dude. Luigi, we got Luigi. Your target is and just like. But yeah, I think that's good. Huh?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go first. I'm going to say that's good. Go ahead. What are you going to say?
I was just going to say that, speaking of that guy, I found out recently that I qualified for free healthcare, so...
Let's go. Ooh, you better.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to make it clear to everybody, Luigi Mangione did not do it. He was set up in a voice call with me and Wyatt. He has a full alibi. He did not shoot that CEO. Okay, so be cool about it. He definitely didn't do it. Free my man Luigi today.
Hell yeah. All right. I think that'll do it for our discussion of and thus ends this year of Cartoon Buffoons.
Yeah.
So let's take a little bit of time to like reminisce. It started this year, back in like April, I believe is when we started. Maybe May. I think April is when we started recording, and then May is when we started releasing it. But like, what a ride it's been!
What a ride!
Yeah.
Just to say real quick, shout out Wyatt, dude. Wyatt came to me. Yeah, you came to me with this idea, and like, cause we do this anyway. We talked before. Like, Cartoon Buffoons is literally just like a recorded version of what me and Wyatt do, no matter what. We just talk about cartoons because we love doing that. And like, it's been really cool. We've had some really sick guests on.
Yeah.
Being able to talk with people who are cool about cartoons and also who have worked on cartoons that I think are fucking sick has been great. And I'm excited to do more stuff like that, Wyatt. Thank you very much.
I'm very excited for this next year because we're gonna really get into the weeds here with some interesting shows. And like, I feel like we're at full force now, because we're like 30 plus episodes in.
Yeah.
I feel like we're definitely like
we got our vibe.
Yeah. And I'll say to you that, and this is no shade to like previous co-hosts that I've had, like Cody or Buster or anything, but it just felt like everything clicked into place when we came up with this idea, and like, you're the absolute most perfect co-host I could ask for this thing. Like, we've been friends forever. We talk about this shit all the time. And, I'm just so glad to have you by my side as we talk about this bullshit, as I force you to watch Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. And 8 Crazy Nights.
And guys, I just want to say, we've hit a lot of cartoons we've liked and been middling on. We're hitting cartoons that some of us don't like at all next year. So look forward to that. We're going to be talking about shit we just don't like.
That other people really like. So it's going to be very interesting.
Next year, we will have a hit put on our heads because we're going to say things about cartoons. But I'm excited, Wyatt. There's no one else I'd rather be in a bunker with to hide ourselves from Teen Titans fans than you.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
I'm excited about that, especially when we, at the end of the year, when we get to the Teen Titans Go episode, and we're like, this is pretty good.
This is so fucking scary. we just talk about how good Teen Titans Go is for an hour, and then go, damn, well, this is the best show we've ever fucking covered. And just to make everyone mad, even if it's untrue,
yeah. Oh, it's going to be good. But all right, Morgan, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
Hey guys, it's Morgan. You can find me at Girl Next Vor on Tumblr and on Blue Sky. Blue Sky's around right now, but I am consulting with the tulpas of capitalism to burn it down. The Foot Locker guy got his eye on some Molotovs. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
I am basically not on Twitter anymore because I don't know, man. It sucks. Elon Musk has turned into like a fascist like wonderland, so I just kind of don't want to be on it. So yeah, you can just find me at Girl Next Door, those two sites. Mostly doing art stuff, and that's pretty much it. Wyatt, where can we find you?
Well, you can. I'm still on Twitter for whatever reason. Wasp Ranger, WACP Ranger. Also on Blue Sky under the same name, WACP Ranger. Mostly stream of consciousness stuff, but I do post about this podcast and videos and things that I'm working on. If you're watching this on the channel, it's only magic. Thank you. Subscribe, comment, all that stuff. If you haven't subscribed to the Patreon, though, you can get the next episode. Well, actually, we'll probably be taking a break just for the New Year and holidays and everything. So, we're probably can't get the next episode now. But in general, you could get the next episode a week early, so you'll be able to get. I believe Teen Titans is the next episode that we're doing.
It is in fact Teen Titans, baby.
Yeah. That's the next thing we're doing, and we're doing it with the return guest, our friend Broden, who the reason why we didn't do it before is because when we were going to record that, he was actually in our country instead of in his country. So I was kind of hoping that I could go and visit him, and then we recorded it live, together, record the Teen Titans thing, but
life was bullshit, man.
Yeah, life didn't fucking work out. So we're just doing it. We just put it off until now. But yeah, so go on there. $3, you get that stuff free. You also get Wow Cool Robopod, which you can also get for just $1, which is me and my friend Wayne going through and reviewing every single robot in existence. But yeah, that will do it for this episode. Happy holidays, everybody. It was a great year, and very much enjoyed making the show, and I'm very excited to make more of it.
Great year for the show. Great year for the show.
Yeah, maybe not good for other things, but
next year will be better because Luigi's work isn't done. Yes. So we're going to be better here next year.
We can all just hope and pray. But yeah, so join us next time after the holidays, sometime in mid-January, and we'll get back to the grind, and we'll be talking about Teen Titans. See you there.